Welcome to the next part. We'll see, blue bridge. That must mean that there's a railway line underneath here. Let's have a look.
There is.
Bridge identifier there. A little bit worn out, can't really tell what that says. Let's have a look at the other side now. So we're only a few miles up the line, north of Woodford Halse, where we left you on that last little episode. Just having a quick look at this bridge before we go any further. As you can see, the access down that way on the track beds. Yeah, not possible, is it? Strange, that's got a...
You can't go this way.
Reinforcement on that bridge, isn't there?
I know.
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
Steel girder bridge, blue brick. Yeah, we're topping it. So we're just making our way, heading south on the track bed from Charwelton, and look, we'll come across this. Is this a signal then? It's just, it's a post, it's got a ladder, it's got no top on.
That is a signal post.
Bottom of the ladder. Yeah, it's just a thin one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm assuming there was a bit more on top.
Yeah.
More on top of there.
The tree roots have probably knocked it out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, like with when we do these, we walk down these tree-lined, wooded areas, don't we?
Yeah.
Like this is a perfect example. I mean, it's a nice. It's like an avenue, isn't it, of tree-lined avenue with a nice inviting pathway down the middle.
Yeah.
This would have been all clear, give or take a few shrubs either side. It's hard to, I mean, like it was at Culworth, that was still pretty clear, wasn't it?
Wide as well, wasn't it?
I mean, I can imagine that's how this would have been.
Yeah.
Green.
You can imagine a steam train just trundling down here, can't you?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a crossing, isn't it? Or a farm crossing or something there. Is it? What's this? It's like something like a foundation of a colour light or something. Concrete base. You've got a red, quite a sizable red brick structure on the side of the line here. Hey, look at that. It's overhanging the banking. That's some structure. Yeah. Red brick wall. Now something else has just caught my eye. So it'll all become clear when I get around to explaining this, when we get up to the bit further up. There's like a water trough down there. There's a stream down there. Then if you can see it. I'm not clambering through the barbed wire fence, but then I've just noticed there's these contraptions down here. Look at these. Now I think this is one of something to do with the water. Is it like a pumping thing? We've got that must be what that red building's for. I mean, there's these. Look, there's the concrete things. Yeah, there's a well down there, and it's got, oh god, I don't know what these things are called. Look, it's got like valves or something. Can you see those valves? There's a valve mechanism or something sticking out there with the stream there. So I'll just bring you around to this side to have another look. Look, there was some building or something there. Can you see further in there? Look at, there's like valves, or I don't know, any pistons or something mounted on a steel column. Yeah, that's a well. Bet that's something to do with these water troughs.
Oh yeah.
That we're gonna looking at, and that building something to do with this, I'd guess. So in the 1840s, railways were getting fairly well, not fairly well, they were getting pretty well established, and people were getting a bit frustrated travelling on the train medium to long distances, with the fact that the train had to keep stopping every so many miles to refill with water, which is quite a time consuming, filling the tender with water, slowing down, speeding up to each water stop. So there was a man who had a plan, John Ramsbottom, for the London and North Western Railway. Now he was job title, this is a locomotive superintendent, I've got written down here, and he has an idea. So it was originally trialled in North Wales near Llandudno Junction sometime around the 1860s, and that was a method of refilling the steam locos, the tenders, the water tanks with water on the move. Really, really interesting concept. So what we had, if I show you, there's a couple of old photographs I've managed. I don't know the source, I don't know where they're from. You had a trough in the middle of the lines filled with water, like a little stream, little man-made stream in the middle of the lines. As the engines went over, the fireman or whoever lowered a scoop from the tender into that trough, and gravity basically pushed the water from the trough as the train passed by into the tender, and basically it refilled. So they're refilling with water without having to stop. What a ground-breaking development for long distance train travel. So all of a sudden, I mean, this is a long distance main line. Trains could travel between London, Sheffield, Manchester, wherever, without having to stop to swap steam engines or take on water. Sounds really simple, doesn't it? It's a good sound reasoning. Didn't come without issues, unfortunately. You're dealing with water. They were dealing with, well, you're getting the track beds wet for a start. Lots more rotting going off. Lots more damage to the track bed, and you had to rely on the skill and judgment of the fireman or whoever was in charge of this scoop. There were tales of tenders overflowing if they got it wrong. Passengers being soaked in carriages through windows or whatever, and even water topping over into the driving cab of the steam engine. I'll just pause for a minute while we show you this nice old bridge with a decay on the top there, but it wasn't just steam engines. Some early diesel locomotives also used the same technology to refill their what are they refilling now? Their train heating boilers. Now these weren't pioneered on the Great Central Railway. It looks like they was fairly well established by the time the Great Central Railway came on the scene. There was actually 140 of them across 60 different locations in the UK. In fact, another location which I thought was really interesting on the Great Central Railway was at Kilmarsh, between Kilmarsh and Renishaw, I understand. Really close to home for me. Ow, ow. Oh, those really sharp trees. Another well, but look at that telegraph pole, still with the arms and brackets laid across the top of it. I'm assuming it's trying to protect whatever's down there. That's a bit of a clearer shot. Look, you see in. And just appearing through the trees is the reason for our trek, mile or so trek down from Charwelton today. And this fantastic, that silhouette there, sun behind it, fantastic water tower. That's great, isn't it? Just in the woods. It's about a mile or so walk down the track bed. Woodford Halse isn't too far in that direction, but for this to be still, I mean, it looks pretty much, I mean, structurally in good condition. It's still got the tank on the top. Let's have a look inside. So let's go through. Look at this, we've still got the valves. Oh wow. You see? Be careful, there's a big gaping hole as soon as you step in it, so just be careful if you do come here. You won't need me to tell you that, obviously. There's big pipes there that had gone up to the tank originally. And down there. Wow. What a place. That little fuse box there. Wow, so much to look round in here, isn't there?
I know. But all this in front of you now, so this big wide expanse, that was all Woodford Halse sidings. Wow. It was absolutely massive. Absolutely. So
is them units we can see in the distance? Is that the retail part?
That's the industrial estate.
Is that where the locomotive shed was?
Yeah. So they go take those out, and it goes down past them as well. So it's absolutely massive, and it's this, you know, there was this wide. Obviously, you had the line running through as well.
Yeah.
So the sidings were more this side, but you look at the size of it.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah. As Jim's just been explaining, the water tower sits at the north end of the Woodford Halse new yard, built during the Second World War. It's a common misconception that the tower was related to the water troughs we saw earlier. Just walking back up the track bed now, back towards Charwelton, and to have a look at that lovely water tower. It is getting warm, it's sunny. It was very, very bitter first thing this morning when we started, but it's really warming up, because obviously when you go past Watford Gap Services, Jim, you get it's a hell of a lot closer to the equator than Sheffield. You normally pull in and change the shorts.
Well, you get nosebleed when you go south of Leicester.
What's in your sarnies today, Jim?
I've got egg and bacon.
Oh wow.
I've got this thick white Warburton's bread. John can read it and weep.
The new regular feature of the videos in what's Jim having for his dinner. A bit of a war broke out between Jim and John over whoever who has the best sandwich. Anyway, joking aside, we're still in Charwelton, but this was the site here of the old Charwelton station. Nothing left of that station now, unfortunately. The road that we've got here that you'll see, the main road, the A361, is it, I think? Yeah. This was realigned, reprofiled, moved, whatever, at some stage, that crossed over the actual station. So yeah, there's not really much to show you, unfortunately. In the distance, I don't know if you can see it, you see the green bridge. So if I line up with that alignment of that green bridge, I'm stood. Am I stood on the track bed roughly? And then looking in that direction, go across and have a look at the cows. I'm guessing that I can see into the sun. Is that like a cutting through there, like a coppice where the railway went? But yeah, can I see? I can see the bridge in the distance that we were stood at earlier with that reinforced steel. Morning, guys or girls. We also need to mention there was a 1.5 mile long branch line from here to a nearby ironstone quarry, the various stages between 1917 and 1961. So I'll wrap up that episode there of Charwelton. So that's centred mainly, didn't it, around the walk down the track bed to that water tower and the story of the old water troughs. So from Charwelton, we'll see you on the next one, because we're off to talk a little bit about the Catesby Tunnel.